the other caveat that comes to AI products is that people have never seen this, right?
No.
People don't believe in it. People, it's very difficult for any individual to imagine, is this really possible? Is it a gimmick that they're selling?
We just talked through the complexity of this. Anybody who's dealt with this, it can sound like there's no way. And again, if you're familiar with the technology, it seems much more plausible because you're like, yeah, I get it. I understand how all these pieces. But if you're not as familiar with the nuances of AI and how all the pieces fit together, it could absolutely sound like fairy dust and spirit sprinkles, where you're just like, you've got to be kidding me. You take a video and in minutes have it translated in another language with another, like, there's no way that that's possible. And it's like, oh, it absolutely is possible.
So actually, right, so when we started, this was again mid 2021, and people would call this deepfake. People, it did not have the respect it had today, right? So people would say, no,
you know what, I didn't even think about that. I could see that taking some heat, where people would go, well, that you're deepfaking this. You're basically taking something and you're completely creating an artificial layer onto it, which so I guess I can even see some of the skepticism. I can see the skepticism around, like, wait a minute, how do I feel about this?
Exactly, right, because this is not a human that I'm dealing with. How is the system able to talk now? So all of those were things and questions that we've dealt with, and these were obviously more traditional businesses, so they were not very open to change as well, right? Because
it sounds a little, I can see it sounding a little science fiction to people, going like, what are you really doing with this artificial intelligence? Like, how do you know that that video is not just me saying a bunch of horrible things? You know, you're like, well, okay.
All of that, right? So hence what we sort of move towards is more the users, right? That we know there's somebody who's facing this problem, so let's go to them directly. Let's give them value up front, which is basically just putting in a video without hitting any paywall. You're able to translate that into a different language. You have your output ready in front of you. If you like it, you sort of move forward with it. If you don't like it, then you try another video, is what my suggestion is usually. Don't go away. But the point is that give that value, make them experience the platform, and then how we've priced it also in a certain ways that the decision making is very, very fast, that you would want to just sort of include this into your workflow because it just matches everything that you really want.